friends, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a picket card reading. It is a message from someone on your mind. So a picket card reading means that you get to engage your intuition to pick the card, the number, the object that appeals to you. I'll also be doing a meditation to kind of help us kind of channel that person so that we get the right messages for you. So you get to use your intuition to pick your group. And then in the description down below, I have the timestamps. You click on your group, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I will meet you at that reading, and then I will use my intuition to read the cards for you. So a message from someone on your mind. These skew more romantic. So if you have someone on your mind, like an old friend or a family member, something like that, this may not be the reading for you. If you're interested in a reading like that, let me know. I'll be happy to do one. Let's talk about objects now. So this first group here, let you see the back of the deck. This is the Mystical Medleys. It's a vintage cartoon tarot deck. And the object that goes with it is this lovely tiger eye egg. So tiger eye, just has this depth to it that is mesmerizing, really. This group number 2, this is Tarot of the Divine. The images in it are from different fairy tales and folklore from around the world. The object that goes with it is this, another egg. We're gonna go with eggs today. This is Sodalite. This one almost looks like, you know, if it was round, it would look like the earth to me, like a globe. For group number 3, I'll show you this. This is Tarot of Mystical Moments. The artwork on it is more surrealist. Even though it's just almost plain white here on the back, the images are very colorful and very feminine. So we'll just say that. And the egg that goes with this deck is Jade. For group number 4, last but certainly not least, this is Lazy Crow Tarot. It's very geometric and watercolor. It's one of my favorite decks, actually. I've had it for a while. Rhodonite is the group that goes with it. We also have a stalker card in each one of these. And it was in 3 of the 4 readings this card popped out. So I want to address it because I think it's really important. It talked about a win-win situation. And I think that no matter what messages you get here from your person, no matter what your situation is, as long as you are, you know, acting in your heart for yourself with integrity, with your intuition, it's a positive outcome for you. So wherever you are in this, I feel like positive outcome is granted for you. It's there for you. It's available for you no matter what the situation that we're talking about here. Now, I was talking about like a meditation to make sure that we get the right messages. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in and release. Okay, we're gonna think about the person that you want to connect with. We just want to kind of get that image of this person in your mind. That way you can make the right decision here. We're also going to set the intention that you get the messages that you need to receive. And so let's take another deep breath in and release. All right, just get comfortable in this moment. Just be here in this moment. Go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. If you are interested in readings like this, please think about subscribing and let the like button know that that is not her twin flame. That is a dumpster fire. If you could please let her know that. I would appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1. This is our Tiger Eye, our Mystical Medleys deck. Let's see what the person on your mind has to tell you. Some messages from the person on your mind. I'm just gonna get a couple things. Do not hide your light. We have, She Who Forgives, Elixir, Remorse, Guilt, Forgiveness. And we've got She Who Begins, Launch, Actualize Potential. I think your person would like to ask for forgiveness. I think there was an issue with jealousy here. We'll take 2, I guess. We'll take 3. We have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. We have you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. And then we have a win-win outcome is forecasted, full moon in Libra. The other element of Libra here is balance. Our gibbous moon, you're very close, so you're almost to that full moon, but we've got 2 full moon cards here for us. And then we've got, I didn't plan where I was going to put these cards, did I? All right. And then we've got you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So it feels like your person wants another shot. So if this is a love connection, love situation, your person would like another shot with you. They would like to forgive you or ask for forgiveness. So there's an element of forgiveness here. Somebody did something, said something. I think at this point it doesn't matter to them. They are ready to take accountability for themselves. I said it feels almost like there's some sort of jealousy here with the do not hide your light. You should not have to put up with jealousy, but I get it when we have young love, new love, that kind of thing, where there's almost this kind of possession thing going on. Now, if you feel like something has changed, yes, and you want to do that, go ahead. But a lot of times people will say, oh, I'm sorry, and not change anything. They realize they're being jealous, and then they go back into those old habits. So that would be my only concern here. This She Who Begins, along with a lot of times we start off in a relationship with this great potential, this great plan. We're super excited about it. It could go the distance. It could go all the way, ride or die, all of that. But at the end of the day, we need some sort of our feet on the ground. We need a practical plan. Somebody has to work. Our bills need to get paid somehow. I'll just get 4 cards here and see what else we have. Yeah, it feels like this was a situation where the connection was more difficult than it needed to be. Something like relationships are hard, but they don't have to be that hard. We get the 10 of Wands here. Judgment in reverse, so just be careful of not jumping back in without, a lot of times we see our ex, or we see this person that we really wanted to, that had such potential, and it didn't quite go the way that we thought it would. Be careful that you're not just repeating the same old patterns. with Judgment, and then also the Six of Swords in reverse. Do not forget that emotional component, because sometimes those emotions, we see our person and they look really good, and they make us feel really good, and it feels like the first time it feels refreshing, and we forget, you know, all of the practical things, all of the down-to-earth reasons why it didn't work in the first place. So that's the only thing that I am cautioning you on here, because I feel like your person is kind of an idealist, and I kind of feel like they would say anything to get you back at this point. The Queen of Cups, I'm glad we have the Queen of Cups here. I see that as you, whether you identify as a feminine or not, that's okay. The lesson of the Queen of Cups is she's very loving and caring, but she feeds herself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You need to make sure that your needs are taken care of first. I kind of feel like a lot of times you get into this situation where you're a giving, loving, caring person who doesn't want to be around you. Everybody wants to be around you, and including your person who wants to tell you that they're sorry. They want you back. I hope that they are a big enough person that they're able to do that. Judgment in the reverse kind of makes me question it. Like either they can say it, but they're not backing it up with action, or they just say it in their mind, and for some reason you're just supposed to know that, and then you're the one who's in trouble because you didn't just understand that they're sorry, or they didn't mean it. That is toxic. Those are toxic traits. So when I'm speaking here about the situation and things coming up and coming out, you have to use your intuition and discernment to know what your story is and where this is in that. Because again, for some of you, this is great. For some of you, it's amazing. They're finally ready to say they're sorry and to back it up with some actions, even though it's going to kind of be hard. And the Six of Swords in reverse too. Like, this is actually a really great card for transitions. But when we have it in reverse, it kind of makes me feel like they're going to replay a lot of the old things that happened in the old thinking. It's really difficult to change as a person. You know, I'm not... I don't want to judge them. We have judgment here because I know how difficult it is to change as a person. And when you have a stuck way of thinking, and that's why most relationships, when you go back with your ex, they mostly don't work out because somebody promises that things are going to be different this time. We're going to start brand new. We're going to wipe the slate clean, but we still are carrying our old baggage into a new situation. So I'm just cautioning you there, because I think that there's a lot of things that they want to tell you that you want to hear. I think you want to hear it. You deserve to hear it. But does it make a difference? Does it warrant them getting another shot? Are you done with this cycle? Have you learned your lesson? Have they learned their lesson? The other thing is, it's kind of sad sometimes too, is that you break up with your ex. They're not the person you thought they were, or the potential that you thought they could be, and then they get into another relationship and you're like, what the heck? Like, why did you save that for that person? It's because it was a learning experience with you, unfortunately. So I'm just like, the most important thing that you need to come out of these messages or this situation is they do see you as very loving and caring, probably very empathic here, and they would like to change, but it's up to you whether you think that they deserve that shot or not. And I would say, if, you know, again, patterns have a tendency of repeating themselves. It's very difficult to get out of our rut. It's very difficult to leave our baggage in the past. This is the Ten of Wands. We're carrying a ton of baggage here. We're carrying that old hurt. We're carrying, you know, sometimes it's even the relationship before you that's impacting your current relationship. Maybe they had a toxic ex, and now that, you know, or they just continue to act in the same very immature way. So yes, you deserve an apology. They would love to give that to you. Their higher self, their best self, their best self on their best day is telling you that they are sorry. Now, whether that translates in person, oh, maybe you're not talking to them, maybe you've blocked them, and maybe everybody has moved on. This 10 of Wands, even if they have moved on to a new relationship, they have not forgotten about you. They would like to come back and relive some things here, probably because you are the Queen of Cups. Like, who does not want to have a relationship with her? She's so loving, again, that loving, caring, empathetic thing, and it's probably why things went on so long, and it's probably even why you're listening to this, considering thinking about getting back with them. Now let's talk about a win-win situation. I feel like what you really need to do, especially with the Queen of Cups here, we have this win-win outcome forecast. Now, Queen of Cups is so in tune with her emotions. Think about this relationship and the emotions that it pulls up. Think about the emotions that come to mind when you think about getting back together with this person, what their intentions are towards you, okay? Be an observer of those emotions. What do those emotions mean to you? And then we've got this full moon in Libra. Libra is an air sign. Libra is logical. Libra analyzes things. You might even make a pro and con list. I feel like a lot of times when we've got emotions involved and maybe we're not quite the master of those emotions, writing those things down helps us process, move through it, and look at things in a very logical way. So even though this says that a win-win situation is forecasted, it is looking at it from a very logical perspective. For some of you, that win-win situation is they've learned their lesson, we're moving forward, and as long as it's grounded in reality, this could really work. That's grounded in reality here with the full moon in Taurus. There is a ton of potential. I'm not, you're very close to achieving your dream. Now, for others of you, when you analyze your emotions and you analyze your feelings towards this person, like think about your gut feeling right now and you're like, oh, I do not want to relive that again. Now, the Queen of Cups would have the tendency to give this person another shot no matter what, right? She is just so giving and loving, but she's also very incredibly strong. So if you don't feel like you're emotionally strong enough, that's okay. Give yourself permission to say no. Give yourself permission to have boundaries. It's okay. This outcome from this, shutting the door on this relationship, is also a beautiful brand new beginning, is also a win-win situation, and it is also like stepping forward to achieve your dreams. So process, I think it's really important to process what happened in this relationship. I honestly gut feeling more of you than not is going to move on from this relationship bigger, badder, stronger, a bigger goddess or god of yourself. And yes, thank you. That's nice of you to acknowledge that you were jealous for no reason. It's nice of you to acknowledge that you're sorry. That's exactly the closure that I need to move on. So I kind of feel like it's more leading towards that way. If you want another card drawn specifically for you, go ahead and comment down in the description, and I'll pull another card just for you to kind of give you a little bit more clarity if you're still struggling with your intuition here. But I think you guys know, I think the majority of you know what this means, where this is going. Thanks for the resolution here. Thanks for the clarity. Thanks for the confirmations of I don't want to say you were right, but you were right. And we're moving forward now. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Group 2, let's talk about messages or message from somebody that you're thinking of, the person on your mind, a message from them. I want to actually get some other cards out first, and then we'll clarify some messages with our tarot deck. So let's get a couple of these out. Oh, She Who Frees, liberation, unrestrained, freedom. Interesting. And then we've got She Who Avenges, nemesis, revenge, outcomes, justice. Let's see, what else do we have? Message from our person. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. A lot of full moons coming out. Full moons usually indicate, you know, we're at the end of the cycle and it's time to release. And then we get full moon in Libra. I kind of feel like this nemesis here is more about karma. There's no need to avenge. I think the universe will avenge things. And then, like if your person cheated on you, the communion of tender souls. So this is somebody who definitely cared about you. Maybe they didn't know how to handle that when I'm seeing the other things. They honestly, I don't know if they knew how to process their emotions. This freedom thing here, they may just be somebody who likes their freedom. They don't know how to handle a situation where monogamy comes to mind. They don't know how to handle that. Or I know there's people who talk about that, and you know, your expectations may not have been the same. It doesn't mean they didn't care about you. I do feel like, you know, this, you know, I was saying something about karma here. Libra talks about balance, talks about logical balance. So I do feel like even though this whole like revenge, outcome, justice, I don't think it's something that like I don't feel like they want revenge on you or you want revenge on them. You may be stalking their social media, but don't worry. No matter what they're posting, they're getting what they deserve, and I think it's going to be not necessarily funny, but interesting that when what they did to you occurs to them, they're going to be a huge baby about it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure that they're going to see, like, look at the bigger picture. I think that's more for you than for them. I'm not sure that they're looking at the bigger picture. Let's get some more cards out here to, what can you tell us about this person, what they want to say? I think they enjoyed your company. They enjoyed doing things with you. They would like to start something new with you again. So that kind of came out with the first group too, but they're not going to, look at the Judgment in reverse. Judgment in reverse came out for the first group too. That's pretty funny. Completely different decks, completely different cards, but these two cards were the same in that. So there's a lot of people going through some very similar situations here. I think that your situation is a little bit different than theirs, but I almost see some sort of cheating having occurred, and I don't feel like, I think it's just like they say that it's their, I don't, like the first group, there was definitely an apology there. This group, it seems more of like they're putting the burden on you as far as like, well, that's who I am. That's my nature. This is how I am. This is, you know, I'm a free spirit. It may not be cheating. It could be something like how they spend their money. And it's just it's not an adult way to handle situations. I feel like but that's just who I am is kind of coming up to. I do feel like they enjoyed your warmth. They enjoyed the love that you gave them. When they were able to be vulnerable, they really appreciated you. If they ever grow up, like you are certainly, they're gonna someday really be upset about what happened here because they didn't, like, there's glimmers of hope there that they appreciated you, which is probably what kind of kept you on the line, as it were. But and they're like, because you kept wanting, you sensed there was this soft, sweet, tender soul behind there, but then they would just do their dumbass things, and you're like, why am I even here? Why am I putting up with this? So let's talk about these two major arcana cards that we have here, Judgment and the Fool. We have they're both beautiful cards, but we have them both in reverse. When I'm seeing the immaturity here, like the Fool is kind of an immature person. They're very, when it's upright, they're very like whimsical. And this is the Little Mermaid, by the way, if you recognize the fairy tale. You know, she thinks that she can just grow legs and everything is going to be great. There's going to be no problems. She's just going to get the love of her life and it's not going to be a problem. The original fairy tale didn't end the way that the Disney one did, but when we have the Fool in reverse, this talks about, you know, making bad choices. Which I kind of see very similar here with the She Who's Free. That's why I'm like talking about your person being a free spirit, or just blaming it on that. They think that they have this carefree nature, but they think that that absolves them from any type of responsibility. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, like, that gets old real quick. When we have this in reverse, I feel like they have not grown up at all. They make bad choices. They don't really, they probably, you know, very reckless, and they don't, they probably blame other people, and you're probably sick of being blamed for stuff that you felt wasn't your fault, or it's tiring having to be the adult in a situation all the time. I've been in situations like that, and you're like, I want to have fun too, but somebody has to pay the bills. Somebody has to be the practical person around here. The Fool actually reminds me of something I heard today, where, you know who Patrick Mahomes is? Quarterback, pretty famous. Anyway, his father has had like 6 DUIs, DUWIs. 6! I think there's a good chance, like, he just got caught, and there's a good chance that he's gonna be in jail while his son is playing in the big game. That is this card. That is somebody who should know better, who has not grown up, who is just being ridiculous. And the Judgment in reverse, bad judgment. It's like repeating that. Lack of self-awareness, repeated mistakes, self-loathing. I feel like, you know, this person is probably drawn to you by your warmth and how attentive you are. Like, they feel that. You make them feel good. And even this 3 of Coins here, we're going to dip into that legend here in a moment. But, I mean, look at the child just out there having, you know, carefree, fancy-free, and then we've got the, what are those? The monsters, the goblins kind of stalking him. This is mythology out of Nepal. It represents, you know, the 3 of Coins is a great card. It's a great card for working together with other people. Coins is being very practical. And this mythology is Banjakari and Banjakarini. Sorry, I'm terrible with these names, especially in this deck. I think the fierce Banjakari and Banjakarini teach their apprentice how to become a shaman. Okay, I was completely wrong about this card. They are demanding teachers, but their student is dedicated. All 3 put in hard work, and it pays off with success for the new generation. Okay, I was completely wrong about the fairy tale on this. That's why I had to look it up. But I feel like the image is more important to this particular reading. That's why I like to use different decks than the actual card meaning itself. So it's just like they're not aware of any dangers. There are some people who live like that, who live carefree, and they do really well. But I think that this person just leans on other people around them to really pick up the slack for their inability. Like, you know, they're the person that in a situation where, you know, you go out to eat with friends and family or whatever, they never have any money, or they expect everybody to pay for them, or they come up short. Sometimes people grow out of that, sometimes they never do. There's almost a sense of entitlement that I'm seeing here. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Yeah, of course, they'd love to start something with you again. They want somebody to lean on. They love this feeling that you give them, but do they give you the same feeling? Or is it when you're with them, you always feel anxious? I kind of feel like maybe, I don't know if you've told them about your feelings, or, you know, you needed them to grow up. It's just, it seems like telling them something like that, it would go in one ear and out the other. So even though that seems like on the surface there's a great potential, because these people are kind of fun to be around, like they're dreamers. But when you are trying to go through, you know, it's great to have a friend like that. I'll just say that. To have a partnership with that, it's kind of hard. Like, this is the friend that you live vicariously through on the internet. They post some really fun stuff and you're like, oh, you know, I would never do that, but that's interesting that you did. But they only post the success stories. They don't post the rest of it. Ace of Cups, it marks a new beginning. So it's a new beginning that they would love to have with you. Cups is love. But they want, and again, I feel like the imagery is really important here on this cup. Like, this is you always pouring into them, always giving, always pouring into their situation. Okay, so I feel like at some level, there is some depth here to them. They see that, they know that, and they may have even expressed that to you at some point, where they know that you're the grown-up in the situation. They appreciate you being the grown-up. This bigger picture, this I feel like is for you, not necessarily for them. Like, I would love for them to see the bigger picture. I don't think that they do. The bigger picture for you is like relationships. You know, they often say relationships are 50-50. They're not. They're 100%, 100%. Two people giving everything. I feel like you give everything and they give when they feel like it, when it's convenient, when it's fun for them, and they may not even be capable. I feel like there is like some trauma and damage, and I feel like they'd like to tell you that, you know, but they need to do the work themselves. They need to heal it. They need to heal themselves. Is kind of what's coming through. So that's what the karma here is, nemesis. You don't have to be angry or upset about them. You don't have to stalk their social media. You don't have to put anything in motion. It already is. You just have to release. You might feel like you need to do that because you kind of still, like, I feel like they still try to draw you in, bring you in. When they're done doing whatever they're doing with somebody else, like, they might come back to you and profess their love for you, but I don't think you're the only one they do that to or for. So the win-win situation and the balance, I think the balance, we're talking about that 50-50, 100%, like everybody giving everything, and that the win-win outcome forecast here is, you know what it is. You know what you need to do. Just telling you that. So, love you, group. to hope you have an amazing day. And I don't think that they're fully able to emotionally give you the closure that you need, unfortunately. I think they're aware of it, but there's just certain basic things they can't do for themselves. So for you to ask them of that, it's hard. It's hard for them. It doesn't mean that, you know, then now you need to forgive everything and forget everything. Not at all. So I also kind of feel like this freedom thing is like, I almost feel like they're an anchor. They have this like freedom thing, but like that's almost the best thing that they can do is give you the same feeling that they have of being free. But I think it'll catch up to them, unfortunately or fortunately. So that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope this helps. Let me know if it does. Oh, and if you need another card for clarification, comment down below and ask for one, and I'll pull another card for you. Let me know you did group 2 and I'll pull a card. So that's what I have. Hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. So we've got our Jade here, and this is Mystical Moments. Whatever brought you here, you're in the right place. Thank you for being here. Let's get out some messages here. So, message from someone who's on your mind. What do they want to tell you? Ooh, she who regrets and she who waits. Interesting. I have 3 decks here that I'm going to get out before we get into this one. What else do they want to tell you? That's crazy. Okay, this card has come out in every single one of these messages so far. I shuffle it all back in. You saw me shuffle through. Here it comes out again. Don't let your pride get in the way. Full moon in Leo. Interesting. We have had tons of full moons from this deck. This deck is obviously, it's moon based, but there's other phases of the moon. And we'll get one of these cards. What does this person on your mind want to tell you? And then we'll get the learning of rights. All right, let's go through these and then we'll shuffle through our tarot deck. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say, like, what's sticking out to me is this full moon in Leo. It's just, I don't know, it's out there, so I thought I would address it first. I feel like this person is very physically attracted to you. They think that you're very, they think that you're hot. They're very physically attracted to you. I don't know if they told you that enough. I think there's a lot of things they didn't tell you enough. I'll just say that. The learning of rights here, this is an interesting card because that's why I was like, learning of rights. It's actually like a community of, well, these are little monsters coming together and they're having fun. I think they're bouncing this one up and down. Anyway, the point of it is community. The point of it is joy, having fun, doing things together. I feel like your person, if they're in your life, like they just really, and maybe they can't tell you things, or, you know, we all know those people who are, you know who your person is. So there are just people who aren't able to really communicate it from their heart, or from they just don't, they can't enunciate or tell you the way that they feel. Either they don't analyze it themselves, which might be, or they feel like it, you know, you really need to hear it, but they feel like it's something that doesn't need to be said. But they really have fun with you. They like your friends. They like your friend group. If you are apart, I feel like they miss spending time with you. They miss that. They have some regrets about some of the things that they have said to you. They may have even mentioned something about the way that you look. And probably more so because I think that you, well, this is pride, but I think that you, almost negging, I would say, where it's a phenomenon or a thing where men will come up to attractive women and say kind of like a backhanded compliment or a negative thing, kind of to upset them or to get their emotion. I think that your appearance might be a hot button issue for you, which I think that's why it was sticking out in the beginning, because they do find you very attractive, but I think they say things that they regret in conversation, or, you know, there could be some jealousy there, whether they feel like other people are checking you out, or they feel like, you know, you're hotter than they are, or they just, that might even be a hot button issue for them. So that's one thing that I think that they say negative things about your appearance because of their own insecurities. I don't think it has so much to do with your appearance as it does the way that they feel. And I feel like in fights, they say some pretty nasty things. This is battle, victory, bitterness. It kind of reminds me, we'll see if that card comes out when I pull the tarot cards. It kind of reminds me of the Five of Swords, where somebody is just so into winning, or maybe they were even in debate, or they just, which is funny because I think that there's the feelings they can't verbalize, but there's a lot of other things that they verbalize and say that that may not be so nice. Like they want to, like, it's when there's a conflict with you, it's more about winning the conflict than it is about fixing the issue, fixing things. Now, win-win outcome is forecasted. I've seen this, like I said, in both the previous readings. I feel like that the scales could tip in either way. Like if this is somebody who you want to get back together with and you just want to know like where they are, I feel like that can happen. There might be some things that need to happen, like they need to admit to some of these toxic traits. I think underneath it, they know that there are these toxic traits. It just has to, whether they are comfortable being wrong. Some people just can't be wrong, okay? Then the other thing is like if you want to move on, you're going to be fine there too. You're going to be fine. It's a win-win outcome no matter how it handled. The other way that I see this full moon in Libra win-win outcome, we've got the scales here. Relationships are not 50-50. They're 100%, 100%. They're both people being involved and engaged and giving everything. So if you felt like you were giving too much, or maybe they were too intense for you and you can't match that intensity, because I do feel like that your person is kind of intense and they don't really know how to communicate certain things to you, and you probably don't know how to take certain things. So either way, the scales need to be balanced here to be successful in the relationship, to move forward. But like I said, either way, I feel like the situation is good for you. Even though they may have said some things to hurt you, they didn't mean them. But if they continue to say them, that doesn't mean much, does it? She who waits this is patience, waiting, determination, and I think that they would like to work things out with you. I really do. I think that you guys have fun together. And the pride thing here, oh, I just lost a bunch of cards. I gotta pick them up. Hold on a sec. All right. The pride thing here, that might be their pride too. I think they have a big ego. They have a lot of pride involved. That's why they do want to, they want to win. But it's not a you versus them kind of thing. It's a you and them versus the world kind of thing. And sometimes you get glimmers of that here within like the community. It's just kind of like okay, we gotta work through this. You gotta let me in. Okay, what other messages do we have from this person? Four of Wands, the Emperor, Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups came out in the first, I think it was the first reading as well. Yeah, the Emperor here, we have some things with pride. This is a person who likes structure, who is the quintessential masculine, but not necessarily very engineering type mind. Likes maybe to be in control, probably because a lot of times they feel like they're out of control. It's interesting how that happens and how that manifests. I think in your relationship as well, I think part of the fighting is feeling like they're out of control a little bit. That doesn't give them carte blanche just because this is like their personality trait. They don't get to control you just because of that. That's not okay. It's not fair. The Queen of Cups, accepting that love from you, but you need to love yourself first. So there's certain boundaries that I feel like you need to place around yourself. Like she came out in reverse at first, and I turned these around so I could read them so you can see what they look like. But I feel like there is some emotional detachment for sure, because it's almost like a not a full in type of thing. And then the Four of Wands. Fours are a number of stability, and that also came in reverse. So the situation isn't as stable as this person would like to admit. And I don't feel like your person knows how to fully control themselves. I think there's a little bit of growing up that needs to happen, that needs to occur. They're putting restrictions on you or your relationship that just don't need to be there. It could be like things that you wear, like they don't want you to wear certain things, or see certain people, even though, like I said, I think that there's a friend group that they do like and enjoy. There might be other people though that they are like, or maybe it's just even a time frame, like, yeah, you can go out with your friends, but I have to come with you. So there is like an underlying current of insecurity here. I think that's why they mention things about the way that you look. The important thing for you, aside from messages from this person, but what Spirit is saying for you, is you have to think about yourself first. Even in a relationship, you have to put yourself first. And then just, because you can't pour from an empty cup. I think emotionally, like this is emotionally taxing at times for you. And again, like this is very scalable, because I think there's a big chunk of you, more so than the other two readings, where you're just hitting a rough and bumpy patch there, and I think you'll work through it. You'll be fine. It's going to be good. We just have to identify some things, and you have to, like I was saying, you have to put some boundaries around yourself and go, nope, that's not for me. You can't control me in that way. You don't get control over that. I respect you, or more like, okay, I understand what you're saying about that, but to me, it seems very, controlling, and I don't feel comfortable with you treating me that way, or I don't feel comfortable like you saying those things to me. I know you don't believe it. Why are you saying those things to me? Just to hurt me? Because again, we keep coming back to this this winning thing, this trauma thing, because they just have this image of themselves. And on one hand, I like the outward appearance seems very confident, but inward not so much. So the Queen of Cups, I think it's something that they haven't quite realized about themselves either. That you know, a relationship, I was talking about being 100%, but you have to be confident, and you can grow together and you can do this together. It's not like, there are a lot of psychologists who will say you have to be a strong, independent individual before you can be in a relationship. But I've seen a lot of very dysfunctional people grow together and learn together. It's not like you do that, like what is it, like part of the 12-step program. Before you can be in relationships with other people, you have to be able to keep a plant alive for a year. I would never be able to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Anyway, but I get it. Like, they have to demonstrate that they can value something outside of themselves before. And I think your person has a hard time with that at times. Like, there is this exterior image that's very important to them. I think that's why, like, I think your physical attractiveness is very important to them. Like, I do think that they view you in a sense as arm candy. But they, again, like, you're a bonus arm candy because they have fun with you. So just, you know, just because we're getting messages from them doesn't mean you need to forgive them or go back with them or break up with them. This is supposed to help you kind of make sense of a situation and use your discernment and go, yeah, that makes sense. That's exactly right. Or, nope, this isn't my group. Let's find something else. So, let's see, other messages here. I think at times they kind of feel trapped. Again, I don't think this is necessarily on you. I feel like they're trapped by their own ego, and they don't know how to express it, so sometimes it comes out against you. I'm saying that it comes out against you or gets blamed on you, basically, mostly for this card here, the she who regrets that battle, that victory. I think that they have an internal battle that they are constantly fighting, even if then on the surface they look calm and collected. I feel like there's a high level of anxiety underneath the surface. Part of the, again, that kind of negging thing coming up with them making comments about your appearance. On the one hand, when you're with them, you are an extension of them, like that's how they see you, and you know, the better you look, the better that they look. But on the other hand, there's that insecurity and that jealousy, and if they want to win a battle or try to control you, they're going to say something about your appearance. Now, you are more than that for sure, and that's the only way that I think that you can endure this. And when your eyes are open a little bit to, like, you know, you saying that about me says more about you than it does me, the more I think it makes sense to you of like, okay, I can let this go. Still though, you shouldn't have to just put up with something like that just to put up with it. So as far as your decisions regarding what they want to tell you, how the cards have come out, the things that we've discussed, whatever way you take this is a win-win. So wherever you decide to put your energy in here is, you're not going to make a wrong decision, okay? Especially when you're following that gut feeling, your intuition, like trust yourself, you know. And I think that there's sometimes that they can cloud your judgment being around them. The patience and the wait here, the determination, I feel like they would love for you to have patience with them. That is completely your call. That is, again, these are what how they see the world, how they view the world, what they wish they could tell you. and you have to decide what to do with that. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have an amazing day. If you'd like an extra card pulled for you, let me know in the comments. Just ask for an extra card. I'll pull one for you. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group of 4, and welcome to reading about a message from someone on your mind. We'll get into these in a sec. Let's get some other cards out here. I'm going to pull a couple of these. She who wishes, she who thrives. Beautiful cards, both of them. So she who wishes, sorry, I'm getting stuck over here. Grants wishes, desires hopes, and then prosper, flourish, blossom. Ooh, work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. And then your hard work is paying off. So this right away is a little bit different than everybody else because we have these new moons. These are new beginnings. Everybody else was getting full moons. And everybody else had a stalker card. They had kind of the same, they had the same card come out for every one of them. I probably already talked about it because I'm going to, anyway. But you don't. And then find your night self. That's interesting. All right, I feel like your person is on your mind. I think the majority of you're not in a relationship with this person. I feel like they're kind of your crush, or this is like you're definitely on their mind. We'll say that. There's a lot of wishes and dreams coming out here with the she who wishes, this wish, desire, hope, desire, that's a big one. And then find your night self. So this person is extremely attracted to you. They feel like a relationship with you would flourish. If this is somebody that you have had a relationship with in the past, they'd like another opportunity. They'd like to start again. These new moons, these are fresh new beginnings because it's the start of the lunar cycle. A new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, but it is, it can be toxic, but it can be kind of like, it's definitely, kind of that very seductive, darkness, dreams type of vibe kind of going on here with the Scorpio. Work through your fears. This might be somebody that you wouldn't normally date, or kind of out of your wheelhouse, not quite your type, or same you for them. However the story fits, it kind of feels like it is like one of you might be goth and the other one is a cowboy, cowgirl type person, or there's some different vibes going on, but they're very physically attracted to you. They think that you are to them as well. I feel like they have dreams about you that can get very kind of spicy. Your hard work is paying off. This is new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign, so it's kind of grounded and down to earth. It's a very physical, very physical sign. Where is my deck of cards? Okay, I was looking for this. So, but ambitious, they see you as their ride or die. This idea of taking on the world with you, and they think that relationship with you, they would flourish. Okay, 10 of Cups. Oh gosh, yeah. They want to, they see this going the distance. They see a beautiful, relationship with you. There's some conflict here though with the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands I don't see necessarily as negative of conflict as I do as the the Five of Swords. The conflict over here is more like that kind of, it can be, it just depends on how you take it, that playful banter back and forth, that kind of like those little jabs, inside jokes kind of thing. They see you as somebody that they can have that with. They see this person wants to tell you that they would like to start, you know, a future with you, a family. And because both of these cards, this is the 10 of Cups, and then this is the 4 of Wands, and we got the 4 and the 5 of Wands. They want a house full of children. Because we've got children here, and then we've got like this whole, like, they see you as somebody who's very stabilizing for them and within the chaos, the storm of life. I hope you like them the way that they are, though, because the last card here, this is Death, and this is Death reversed. Which is good or bad thing. So Death itself is not a bad card. It's actually, it can be very good. It can be very therapeutic, cathartic. It is about change. It is about that inevitable change. When we've got Death reversed, though, is they don't plan on changing, or they're being very calculated about it. They plan to control the change, to control the controllables. This is maybe the first reading all day where I feel like we're dealing with another adult. They feel like an adult, but again, I don't think that they reveal themselves to just anyone. I think that there's somebody who has like a very, I don't want to say dark, but maybe mysterious. They have a very mysterious side, and they don't open up to just anyone, but they want to open up to you. They do kind of expect some conflict from that. And that's okay. I don't think there's somebody who shies away from conflict. Like, look at this guy just like jumping in here, and this person is like, wait a second. So I think your person is like very energetic at times, and maybe that's how they hide their true self sometimes, you know, at times. Like they just seem like they have like this energy, but where they have maybe a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of deep friends. But I do feel like there's some deep feelings for you. I feel like you are kind of, again, that person of their dreams. And it would be definitely confirmed here with the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. They do see a future with you. They see you as their partner, and maybe this is the chaos that you're confronting together, or maybe these are the dragons that they want to fight on your behalf, because I see that as coming. I feel like this is somebody who would say, you know, it's you and me against the world, and this, you know, this thrive, this prosper, this blossom. I'm not sure. They may not have even thought that a relationship or a family or a future like this, it may just be like a new idea for them, that they never even dreamt of it or thought of it until they met you. I feel like you're the inspiration and you're the spark, and maybe they show you the very like seductive side. Like, you know that they find you attractive and they think that you're sexy, but they may not have revealed these other things to you, that it's not just a physical attraction. It's a mind, body, soul kind of thing here. So again, like again, this is the first almost like fully reasonable adults that I've read about all day. So congrats on that. But that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope that you have an amazing day. If you have any, you know, questions or want me to pull, I can pull one card for you. Just make a comment, put a comment in the comment section, and ask me to pull a card for you, and I'll pull an additional card for you if you still have questions or need some clarification. Some of the other readings definitely needed that. I think yours is a little bit more clear cut, but I'm opening up that offer to you as well. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next reading.